Dungeon Mechanics. We are here for another exciting episode of Dusk of Achordia. And I'll do a recap, but first we're going to do some announcements because I don't think we did that the last time. We're a bit rusty, but we'll start things off with Liv.
Hi. That command didn't work, Stacks.
Which one?
Garage.
The first one.
But, anyways, our first sponsor of the day is the Barkley Garage, which should have some sort of stuff coming up, but it's not for some reason.
Huh.
I believe Nightbot.
That's pretty neat. Nightbot's asleep.
Anyways, this veteran-owned woodworking company creates homemade wood items sourced in New Mexico. Now available as a new line of Dungeon Mechanics exclusive dice towers available for order. Use the promo code MEC25 to get 25% off these fine dice towers today. Tell them that Dungeon Mechanics sent you.
Sick. Corey?
Is it my turn?
Yes.
I'm gonna do it in the whole ditch. The voice. You're welcome. +1 crafting. You didn't even pay me personally, but you're getting it. +1 crafting is our next sponsor of the day. If you are needing affordable terrain builds for all your TTRPG needs, +1 has you covered. From a wide assortment of title-based sets, you will be all the rage at your next D&D session. Be sure to head over to the link in the chat. Put in your order today. Use code MECHANICS to get 25% off any of your orders over $50. And remember, adventure shouldn't cost a fortune.
Nice. Wait, was that like proper ditch?
It was like a non-cockney ditch.
Next up is Buck.
Next, we have the Underground Oracle. Wouldn't you like to have unique content created by best-selling writers and game designers? Well, Underground Oracle has you covered. With their supplements, you will gain access to 5th edition resources for both sides of the screen. It's going to be hard to read the other side of the screen, but I understand. Their content comes in a wide array, available at affordable prices, as little as $3 a month via Patreon or Ko-Fi. And in the event it's too rich for your blood, don't worry. They'll take care of you with free content that's offered each and every month. You can check them by clicking on the links that, they are in there now. Way to go.
Nightbot was comatose.
The link's in chat, which is undergroundoracle.com or drivethrurpg.com.
Nice.
Last anti-ad for Nightbot.
Right? Dang Nightbot.
Last but not least, we have Epidemic Sound. Epidemic Sound. Wouldn't you like to never have to worry about videos being demonetized again? With our next sponsor over at Epidemic Sound, the Sound Gods have you covered. With over 35,000 tracks and 90,000 sound effects, there's definitely a sound for every mood or occasion. Epidemic Sound links to all your social media accounts such as Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, and more. Simply click the link below and sign up today to get started on your subscription. Other than that, I forgot to mention we do have luck and inspiration, which you can use with the channel points. A luck is a free reroll, but you must take the new roll. Usually you do it when you fail. And then inspiration is an added d6 die to pretty much everything except like attack rolls. And then we do have a YouTube over here. But yeah, you can check all of our videos, VODs over on YouTube. We usually are pretty good about keeping them up to date. I know that our second part of the 24, no, not 24, like 12 plus hour special for the second Christmas special that we had last year. Still isn't on there, but we're working to change the 12-hour plus format to possibly 2 breakdowns of maybe 6 and 6. I don't know. We're gonna have to split it and then be able to upload it after that. But other than that, we are going to get started here, and we are going to try, bear with us, the new and exciting trailer for Dusk of Achordia. But here we go. We're just going to do the trailer, our normal logo splash, and then we'll do the Dusk trailer after that. See you shortly.
It's also our first time seeing it. I'm excited.
Well,
Yo, hot damn.
well, what do you think about that? That little trailer sneaky peeky. Well, I mean,
We could have spent another like 20, 30 seconds on Ditch, but that's fine. It's good otherwise.
I'll switch. I'll like crop everything and add more
I would like
ditch
if
photos.
each one was like, and Ditch, and then it goes it's out and also Ditch.
I need one where like ditch overruns it and it's just like pure chaos.
It'll be called, we'll call it Ditch of Achordia.
But like written in crayon.
Yeah, it's crashed out. Yeah, Dusk is just Ditch.
Yes. Well, in our last episode, a lot happened. Our heroes were at the fortification base of where the Admiral Ozak was. Him and his troops were collecting the injured and also dead bodies and anyone that seemed to be a little bit rowdy. But in the process came across our party members, a Ditch, a Vestara, and a Rixibus, who seems to be having some other reason for coming to Achordia. And then, after assisting with getting a much out of control Antikel under control, at least to the best of their abilities, Vestara was able to tap into her aunt's mind and found that there was another presence there altogether. And then as our heroes progressed forward, heading out, exiting in some carriages led by a few horses, they went in search of the other missing party members. That ditch and a well-drawn picture by Vestara were able to go out and search for Narissa, Gil, and also Maul. They made it to an area that gave off the information close to what would be the Great Archive. So they were looking for a bunch of books, rubbish of that sort. And they did come across a bunch of pillars and other things, books and things discarded. And as they searched the area, they first came across a body of a much deceased Maul. And after
Not just deceased, a much deceased.
a much deceased,
Double dead.
not like
He's
a
double.
little-
He's what we call double dead. It's a new thing.
It's like when you're dead,
D&D,
but you're dead.
It's in
dead.
D&D 6e.
And as they progressed further, they also came across. Ozak was able to come across a half upper-bodied torso version of Simon, who seemed to be assisting as best he could in that moment, even though previously he was a murder bot. But after deftly helping a group that was on the ledge, a young or older half-orc woman, a young male elf, and a young girl, Rixibus was able to get them to safety, but not in time to save possibly much deceased Narissa, who fit the description of the other image that was
Also double
provided.
dead.
Also double dead. Definitely double dead after rolling down the side of the cliffside. But when they all gathered, they started to reconvene, and Rixibus decided to try and get some type of closure for the others by retrieving Narissa's body. And as she made it to the bottom, she came across someone that she was quite not ready to encounter in the least. But Rixibus, as this man looks you over, and says, "Who does he have the pleasure of killing?" By asking your name, what would you like to say?
I had a whole week to think about this, and she would probably kind of first reflexively kind of jump back as she didn't notice him at first and put herself in a defensive stance. It's rude of you to assume you're just going to come here and kill me, but I am Rixibus.
Forgive me, where are my manners? I am the prince of these lands. I am a member of the royal family. You can address me as Prince Graham. But it really won't matter, because I, unlike you, live by my intent, and my intent here is to decimate any survivors.
What would be the purpose of that?
Cleansing. Cleansing the world of anyone that is not us, as it always has been.
Well, that simply will not do. And then Rixibus will backflip up back towards the wall and step of the wind, full dash up the side of the cliff face to at least try to put space, and so where's that? So basically, I will double dash, and my jump distance is also doubled. So I'm just going to try to jump up as high up on the wall as I can, double dash up as far as I can.
And I want to give you this opportunity before you start to head off, but make me a perception check.
Fucking hell.
Don't forget to add your modifier, please.
Oh, I did.
Oh gosh.
10.
So, chat, there's this lovely thing called luck and inspiration that you can give out for free. Well, if you have enough channel points, but you can give them out to the players. And
Purple Tina already gave one to the DM.
Oh, I love Tina. She's always choosing chaos. Yes, yes, Tina. I appreciate this. I will use it well. So with the 10, I would say your instincts kick over before your eyes do, and you kind of like hurriedly make it up the back up the cliffside. But as you look back down with the 10, you see that he's not alone, and he smiles staring at you, and he looks over. The thing about you sort, he says, kind of projecting his voice outward. I won't yell into the mic, but you all seem to have these really insignificant things called consciences. And he turns his blade, and you see this small, like, child scampering, like, away from him as he puts the blade to his throat. Now,
did I just not see these people sitting there before? Like, where the fuck did they come from?
so there's a lot of rubble. I'm not gonna say what, but yeah, you just did too.
And just to be clear, currently she's alone, right?
Yeah, she's maybe 300 feet if she was at the top from the party.
Did I already make it back to the wagon?
If not the wagon, you're about where the body of Maul was found, because I think the wagon stopped a little bit shorter because it didn't want to run the risk of not being able to turn around.
Because the whole premise was when she went down, I told her that I was gonna have Havrik look over in that direction and monitor while she was away, and if she needed assistance, he was going to contact me. So I would have stopped there first before I ever went to where Maul's body was. So I would have went to the wagon first to have him change his focus of where his monitors were.
So
looking.
it would be like wagon, Maul's body, the cliff, and then where Rixbus went. So the wagon's further away, but I know you were headed in that direction. But yeah.
I was just wondering if I got there yet.
Yeah, I would say with Simon on your back. Admiral, there seems to be some type of static interference in that area.
As I get there, I pull Simon off my back and set him down kind of across from the dwarf.
Okay.
I don't know if he can help you. I don't know how all of this works, on whether you can plug him in or whatever to gather information.
Sorry, this isn't the same cart I'm in, right?
No,
This is
you're
the one
outside
that
the
Auntie
car,
Kale's in.
Yeah.
Y'all have all went to Maul's body by this time.
Because I would have had a thing or two to say about the killer robot you just set down.
Yeah. So Ditch, I would say, as the Admiral's walking past you, you would see on his back he does have a killer bot, or the last time you saw a killer bot of Simon torso up of him being carried back towards where the cart is off in the distance.
If I see that and he's close enough, you're just gonna hear like across like whatever like scorched valley we're currently in. What the fuck? I'm going to literally shake out of Maul's armor. Like clearly it wasn't put on properly. It's a big person's armor. I'm just gonna shake out of it and just start walking over. What you got there, Merle?
He's just kind of shake my head.
Last time I saw that tin can on your back, it was killing me friends.
I don't know what this thing did or did not do.
Well, I'm
I know
telling
that
you.
most recently it's helped save 3 people.
Oi,
2
Simone.
children.
Did you say Simone?
It's his name, Simone.
That is Simon, sir.
Is it so? Last time I saw him, his eyes were red, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like his eyes were like. So are his eyes red right now, or are they back to kind of like the normal version?
They're still red.
Oh, yeah, I got a bone to pick with you, don't I?
Excuse me, sir. Have we met before?
I'm gonna open that skull of yours like a tin can. I'm gonna pull out any wiring I see, and I'm gonna braid it into a noose and hang you with it.
I assure you, sir. We can have
Don't give me that nice talk. That's a killer robot you have on your back.
Well, I tell you this. I will take him to the wagon. We will restrain it. Havric will watch over it. And whatever has to happen to it after this, when you are able to deal with it in a more calm environment, then we can have that discussion. But you have people you're searching for as of right now, are you not?
Right. Have your men found any other survivors?
And he takes a deep breath. One of yours, and he thinks back, a tiefling from the drawing was with the 3 that we saved. Appeared to be dead. And Rixibus went off the cliff after the body to bring you closure and validate that it was one of yours.
What? No, I don't believe it. I refuse to believe it. Where's Rix now?
And I motioned towards the cliffside that I left her at. You should see Anda and my troops bringing the 3 survivors from that direction.
I'm scampering. I'm running. If he's got the body Narissa, I need to see it.
Inspiration to ditch.
Or not. Sorry, Ozak doesn't have the body of Narissa. If Rix is the body, I'm running towards her.
Okay, so you bypass past Maul, Dash, Vistara, heading towards you. Run. Roll me just athletics check.
Yeah, I'm just shouting. Oh, hey, Rixie! Oh wait, hold on.
Ooh, yeah,
I'm going
dice
to.
tower.
Where'd it go? I lost it.
This lovely dice tower is brought to you by the Bartley.
I'm
Garage.
debuting my freaking cool dice tower cam. Dice cam, go!
Form of a 9. 9 plus anything to your strength modifier, athletics.
Yeah. Athletics, +3, so we got a 12.
Okay. So yeah, you start heading back in that direction, and the cliffside starts to get closer and closer. You're footprints are hitting against this like dead grass, and you get to right where you can see clearly down into this like valley of just rubble and ash and other debris, and you kind of see Rixibus about halfway down, stopped looking down at this man who seems to have a blade pointed at a small child.
Do I hear him above me?
You would hear, the feet print of.
Yeah, I'm just gonna shout, "Oi, Rexy, quit flirting. Where's my dead partner?"
I didn't get a chance to pull her out. We have an enemy combatant. Gather the others, if you would. We may need
Who
some
that pervert in
assistance.
front of you?
What did you say?
I said, "Who that pervert in front of you?"
Not sure what you mean by pervert, but if you mean this one,
He's got a young child.
yes, that one.
Oi, bugger off, fucker!
You bring friends. More to kill.
What? You gotta speak up. I'm on a cliff. Oi, hey, Merle, we got a problem.
Who is Merle?
Admiral.
Ah, I forgot.
Admirable Merle.
Admiral Ozark. You called them Ozark, not me. Just to be clear.
Yeah, you added an R to that name last run.
Oh yeah, that was me.
Yeah, so I'm gonna shut to Ozark.
Am I close enough to hear him?
Yeah, if he's shouting. And Havrik's like tying down Simon as requested.
Can I start just like walking down the cliff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you stop where Rixibus is? She's about halfway down the 100 feet cliffside.
So after I
I was told that the body fell down the cliff, so I'm going to the bottom of the cliff to look for for Narissa.
Okay. So yeah, you would see Ditch like walking past you or hurrying past you.
well, as soon as I would have made contact with someone up top, I would have been turning around and starting to walk back down.
So y'all are both headed to the base.
And then I would also be speaking to him in the moment. All right, I will face you. Leave the child be, and then when you are able to kill us, then you can have these others easily. I just ask that you leave them until after our fight is done.
Hey, who's the kid?
Random stray.
Oi, kid, you got parents?
I think they died in the fall.
Yeah, that kid's fucked. Don't worry about him. Where's that body you saw?
Still walking towards the prince. I just point in the general direction. I don't look back.
My favorite is that guy was like, "You have morals," and here I'm like, "Fuck that kid. Where's the body?"
I was like, if no one had like heard and come to the top, I was going to look back and be like, would I be able to make it back in time, or would he just kill the kid? And Rixibus would make a conscious decision. Oh, I'm not going to be able to save that kid anyway. I'm going to run and make sure others know that this fucker's coming. But since you showed up, I was like, okay. Everyone that can help knows I'm heading back down into the fray.
Oh yeah, I'm sort of ignoring the guy with the sword, just looking for the body of Narissa still.
Okay,
I've told Ozak, so hopefully Ozak does come over with a little bit more actual concern.
Investigation check.
Yeah, it sounds like we need dice cam.
Oh God!
shit.
Oh,
A 6 minus 2.
Oh no!
minus.
Yeah.
Oh no!
So yeah,
Oh, you
there.
think my goblin's smart? No.
Over. No, never mind. I'm busy.
So considering the body of Narissa was towards the top of the cliff, and then when the landslide happened, it's now at the bottom of the cliff. It's safe to say that she's just not like
Covered.
out laying. So you're kind of like
Yeah.
moving through debris and everything with all of this happening.
Oh yeah, did she do have inspo, by the way?
I wouldn't waste it on your investigation check.
No.
I don't think there was any saving that one.
It gets worse from there. Yeah, I'm sort of just digging around. Like I really am paying no mind to the guy with the sword to a kid's throat. Just looking for Narissa.
Okay. As you're doing that, Ozak, you come back and kind of see them down at the bottom of this cliff. Roll me a history check.
$18.
I would say, even from this distance, you would be able to recognize the armor of a royal member almost instantaneously from the war. Their armor is crafted in a way that's unlike anything that you've ever seen accomplished from any like labored blacksmith. They have a way of molding it and shaping it from these refined metals that, from what you can tell, no one's been able to procure. But they definitely have like a distinct look to them. And this member down at the bottom is wearing pretty much a full plate set of armor. And he has a shimmering sword caught by the moonlight aimed at a small child's neck. And then you see Rixibus kind of like hopefully coercing him to not do anything rash, even if fighting is the immediate course of action. As you look at him, Rixibus, roll me a persuasion check as you're trying to draw his attention away from just ending this small kid.
Oh, yes, finally. 22.
Very well. I will humor you.
And then I'll just go into like a stance and just
Just yourself.
gives a little bring it, bitch.
Do you really think you can take on a member of the royal family and live?
I've never heard of you before, but I'm not going to just stand by. Therefore, I've made this offer. I plan to stand by the offer.
Wait, but
Dear,
are we fighting?
As long as I've fought in this battle, I have a two-part question. Have I ever seen the Royals actually engage in combat? And two, knowing what I know about weaponry, have I ever seen that sword on the battlefield?
No and no. Normally, the royal family treats their army forts pawns kind of like just pieces in a fight. It's very rare, if ever heard of an actual royal member being out in the battlefield, and for one to be this close doesn't typically bode well, because you're probably certain that he's not alone.
Before I even attempt to head down, I contact the three over our communication. You need to get the others out of here. A royal from the Empire is in the rubble.
You hear Anda over the link. Admiral, what about yourself?
If he's here, then there will be an army with him. You know they don't travel alone. We have to get as many out as we can.
Understood.
I will contact you if we make it out for retrieval.
Guy, you've heard the Admiral. Let's make haste.
All right. I'm clearly seeing that this like whole thing is some sort of like fight or showdown after digging a little bit and hearing what they're saying. So I think this is just gonna look up and be like, "Oi, dickhead, are you gonna kill the kid or not? If not, fuck off. We're trying to dig up our dead here."
Dig up the dead? Why ever would you do something foolish like that?
So we can bury them proper. Stupid questions get stupid answers.
You plan on burying them in this earth. You must wish a
Or-
worser fate for them.
Or a bonfire, I don't really care. It depends on my local medium.
Which body are you looking for?
It's a tiefling. I don't know if you know what those are. They got horns. She smells like baked bread. She was pretty in her time, but now I fear that her face might be mutilated from a great distance fall. She's around here somewhere.
You should check over there.
Oh. Hey, Rick's, he's not so bad, honestly. Thanks so much for your help. I'm going to start heading over wherever he pointed.
As you head that way, make me a perception check.
Camp. I got a bigger dice, so it should be easier.
That should be ace in a row. A 3!
Not easier to roll, but
Easier to
just
see?
easier to...
Easier to see the shitty
failure.
rolls.
Oh my gosh.
yeah. 3 perception, right? Still
Yes.
a 9.
Okay. So you go over to that area, and you see a bit of loose gravel and dirt, and you start digging. And after a while, you do hit into like a solid body structure. And as you're like clearing off the dirt, you see a very ashen covered, badly injured and deceased Narissa.
Oh, yeah, that's her for sure. Right. I'm not going to be able to take the whole body. I'm a tiny little man. So, might as well get to it. I'm going to start digging, cutting her head off.
Oh god! With what weapon?
My knife. My dagger. Just kind of sawing at it.
You're just gonna chop into it?
Yeah. I'm going to get Narissa's head and also take the ring off her finger that was used for communication.
Oh my gosh! It's
This
like
is very
Karlach all
Baldur's
over.
Gate.
Yeah. We are not sponsored.
Fun
by
fact,
Baldur's
never
Gate.
played it.
Putting it on a stool and just talking to it.
It's just like Wilson.
Oh my god.
So while you're doing that, The prince looks over back at you. He kind of like forces the child up to his feet and just like pushes him backward. And then points his sword at you and draws his shield. Well, since you're feeling brave, you will be the first that I cut down.
Rixibus has just been there, just waiting in a defensive posture, sort of.
And he charges, and I need you to make an initiative roll. Where is... all my dice? What?
This is where... this might be where Rixibus dies.
I love the clashing of two people back and forth battling till like basically death, and then just in the background walking up a cliff with a head held over his shoulder. His ditch, just like, I guess that's happening. I don't know. I don't know if anybody else, I always imagine Ditch walking with the squeak of like a SpongeBob walk. I don't know why. It's just always in my head.
Headcanon. It's out there now. 20 to 25. 15 to 20.
15.
15. Rixibus, roll me a history check.
This one for history. Oh, my history is not great. 17 still.
Okay. Tell me a fond memory you have of when you were being trained as a monk, as far as like defensive techniques come.
I would say is probably, initially when you're learning, you get beat a lot, you don't succeed. And so it was probably that first time that I was able to successfully like deflect and counter a move from one of my trainers, and was able to like counter and like sweep them onto their back.
Okay. As your mind kind of like flutters to that defensive technique, you see he's fast. Potentially too fast for the plate armor that he's wearing, but like still fast. And he strikes with a set of fury as this blade comes down against you. Does a 24 hit?
No.
No.
Yes, of course it does.
Silly goose.
I'm wearing cloth. Like.
You take 13 points of slashing damage. And that memory of you learning how to dodge erases from your mind. And you're kind of like caught off guard as the blade cuts into you, and you start bleeding. And he follows up with 3 more strikes.
Jesus.
15?
Misses.
Okay. You quickly like dodge out of the way, and his blade comes down with a force that you're like, I don't want to be hit anywhere close by that. Oh gosh. 31.
Did you need to do the math on that?
Yes. Oh god. kind of. Okay, I don't think he's that kind of fighter. Just making sure. Okay, sweet. He's not a champion. You take 14 points of slashing damage.
Okay, it's fine. It's fine.
As he does one of his maneuvers. I think I'm going to use.
Sorry, can I ask, Viximus, why are you fighting this guy?
To save the child.
Well, more to keep him from coming after everyone else and give people a chance to get out, I guess. I mean, it's kind of where she's at, and she wanted to see if she could hold him off just a little bit at least. And also it gives her a chance to actually like size him up. So that's going really well.
Okay. On the third strike, he's going to whip back. Going to attempt a sweeping attack, but I have to hit you first. Okay, it definitely hits. 29. And what is the die for?
This is why you don't give luck to the DM, because he doesn't freaking did it.
Oh, I could have used luck on that second one I missed.
Too late.
Okay, yeah. So we're gonna do damage first. 10 slashing, and then oh wait, not sweeping, trip. Sweeping's the one we were like, okay. He's going to expend his die and try and trip you up to make it easier to strike with his last blade attack. I need you to make a strength saving throw. You're looking for a DC of 19. You got this. It's fine.
Ha ha. 20, bitch.
Nice. So he does that. Let me mark it so that I'm keeping track. And then you manage to like hold your ground as he looks at you. You're putting up a fight. I thought I was going to end you before you had a chance to attack.
Oi, sorry to interrupt. Why are we fighting at all? What? I'm sorry, I must have missed something here. What's the point of all this?
The point is, you're all dead. You can either run now, or I can hunt you down and kill you myself.
Alright. Look, Mr. Flashy Armor. In the last, literally just 4 days, every single day I've met some form of your douchebaggery, some overly powerful being, and each one of them is just worse than the last. This one, honestly, You have yet to turn into a giant tick monster. You've yet to swing a giant sword and smash an entire building to pieces. At this point, you're just waving around it. You're the worst of them all. Show me something important. Like, this is terrible. Do something exciting. This is boring.
And he strikes at Rix with this last.
Instigating him. Thanks.
Oh no! It's a nat 20.
Oh,
Oh shit! That went I wanted a different way than I thought it was.
Okay, it's not as bad. 14 more points of slashing. I rolled low on the damage. And as like blood's like
Rix
filtering
looks
into
like
one of your
ass.
eyes. What would you like to do on your turn? Oh gosh.
Well, she's gonna pull out her size and try and get a couple of attacks in.
Okay.
See
Can I
how this
look?
goes.
Can I look up to the cliff and just see what Ozak's doing?
So all
Like,
this is
what's his
happening
current take of the whole
in
situation?
relatively 6 to 12 seconds. So
But, okay, true.
Admiral's just finishing up his message to tell the others to get out of here. As you're like walking up.
Yeah, I'm just walking up a cliff. This is so boring to me. I'm so done with all this. It's just another guy that I can't beat. I'm just walking away. Like, all right.
18,
Misses.
of course. 21.
Just misses.
Fuck you.
No, come on.
Level 6. Level 6.
About to be leveled dead.
Oh god.
We literally haven't had a fight that we can just finish.
Yeah, it's always like this.
We had
person-
one fight that it was like, oh, this looks like maybe we'll win, and an entire city crashed down. So like, I don't even know what's happening. It's just.
All right. Well, then I guess step of the wind, disengage, and try to fucking get away again.
Roll me another history check.
That's not good. 9. The thing I would be wondering is if I think these people have anything to do with the world ender that's breaching through.
Okay.
Because I would probably at some point, like after I disengaged and turn around and like get back into a ready stance, but like 45 feet away from this place.
So you go to run, and you feel this long sword lodge into your back and through your stomach.
Even with disengage?
When you have Sentinel as a feat, even creatures that use the disengage action provoke an opportunity
Oh,
attack
that's
from you.
right.
And
Ooh.
he lodges it into you. 24 to hit. Oh god. Oh, it's not bad. 7 points of slashing damage. And
Yeah, it's not bad.
the
It's not
wind,
bad at all. You're doing fine. Everything's
the
fine.
wind is taken out of you, and your movement is reduced to 0 as you can't seem to take another step. Oh no.
Then I will turn around and just be like, this may be it for me, but the world ender will kill you all as well.
World ender, you say? You might just have become useful. Anything else for your turn?
Just bleeding and like breathing heavily and like that's about all I can do. I've used action, bonus action, and tried to use my movement.
So at the top of the round, you all see this happening. Is there anything Ditch or the Admiral would be doing?
I'm walking away. This is wild. I like if Rix didn't run, then that's on them. That I'm not walking. I'm literally like walking up this cliff, just not having it. Just like I literally holding by the long hair, holding Narissa's head over my shoulder, just walk up the cliff. I've known Rixibus for 2 hours.
No, I'm not arguing with that at all. I fully approve of the ditch method. Here for it.
Honestly, you've lasted longer than most people I meet, so it was an honor.
Admiral?
I would say that I have fashioned a rope to the most sturdiest thing I could find. I know it's a rubbled area, but I'd find something that I know could hold weight. And I would pull out my Yumi longbow, I'd tie the other end to an arrow, and fire it down to the ground at the bottom of this cliff.
Okay. Roll me just an attack to see how far we can get.
That's a 23.
Okay, so you loose this arrow, it shoots down, with the string attached to it, and Rixibus, as your vision's fading in and out, you hear as this arrow lodges itself into a bit of the stony pavement near you.
My eyes are still on this guy that could murder me. Doesn't flinch.
Is murdering.
Yeah. Active murder.
Mm-hmm.
And he looks at you. To spare your life, tell me everything you know about these world enders.
All I know is there's one coming if we don't stop it. The rift is opening, and it's breaking through. It will destroy this world and everything on it.
And I'm to take your word.
You thought what you were doing was a cleansing. This thing wants the entire world decimated. And then she kind of like turns and spits out more blood, kind of wipes her mouth and goes back into a defensive stance again.
Is there any way you know of tracking this creature, or knowing how soon before it arrives?
Would I have got a sense of that when I got the vision? Or I know the general direction, right?
Yeah, you would know like which area of Achordia it was going to like manifest and like start to breach towards.
Do I know a name of the area, or I just know like that way?
Roll a survival check.
10.
Okay. With the 10, you know from orientation wise which direction the creature is going to come from. However, with the 10, the key point to what he was asking is more trying to determine a semblance of how much time y'all have left before it actually gets there. And there's something interesting about the way in which you were raised. And while the monastery like took you in and trained you in the way of mercy, you've always had this aptitude to see arcane energy in its flux. And on top of that, there are sporadic but consistent visions that you have. And one thing you've always noticed is that regardless of how outlandish or how much information you don't have on the topic, they always seem to come true. Given that, with your survival check, you look off into the area of which you last remember seeing it, and you see almost like a aurora borealis of light kind of cascading off in the distance.
Like
Yeah. And you can tell that it needs to dim maybe a little bit more, because when the creature was trying to breach through, it was kind of faded in that area. It wasn't as bright as it is now, concentrated as it is now.
Well, you will kind of have to take my word, because you don't know me, and I don't know you. However, I have had visions before, and they tend to come true. And I don't know if you're attuned to see arcane energies, but over there, there is a cluster of arcane energy that is currently holding, but as that arcane energy gets dimmer, that signifies the rift breaking open, and it will come through. I don't know how much time that will take, but I don't imagine we have long, and I was going to be moving that direction soon to see what we can do to stop it.
It would seem, Tiefling, that I need you alive for the time being. Here's a secret. Not a single royal member is magically inclined. We are enhanced, yes, but we do not have aptitude towards magic. So this light you see falls blind on my eyes.
I assure you it's there.
Around this time, Ditch, you make it to the top
Yep.
of the cliffside where Ozak is. You see he has a rope kind of like pulled tug, and at the end it is where the other side of the arrow is kind of like lodged into the ground, and then he has a rope tied to himself and to just like a bit of stony pillar debris behind him that looks to be quite heavy and not moving anytime soon.
Just gonna look at him and go, what you doing?
The DM didn't get my message.
Oh gosh!
He changed everything.
I might have to read. Oh, so the single rope is attached to the arrow, and then you're just gonna. Okay. So instead, Ditch, you see the rope that's tied off to the arrow is tied to that pillar with enough like tautness that he believes he's going to be able to cascade down to get down to where.
Yeah, I'm still looking at him and going, what do you think you're doing?
Same line, different person.
I'm going to get her out of there. Unlike
Huh.
you, I don't believe in leaving anyone behind, even if it means I die to get her to safety.
Yeah, see, here's the problem with that, Admiral. You're the leader of a rebellion. A fucking leader. People look up to you. You keep people alive. There's an entire fort with hundreds of people that need you. And yet you're going to throw yourself unrealistically in front of another one of these dastardly world-ending beings. I get it. You're all pompous and do-gooder, but you don't see the bigger picture. Rixibus chose this for themselves, and now you're going to throw yourself down into a freaking a pit of blades and sorrow and leave everyone else behind. Don't tell me that you're virtuous. You're fucking
Yes.
selfish.
It
And I'm going
has
to walk past
nothing-
him.
It has nothing to do with that.
Yeah, whatever. Good luck. I'll tell everybody that you left them all behind and didn't think of them whatsoever.
Good luck finding them. They're already gone.
I can easily follow a trail. It's not hard. What are you talking about?
My
Where's
team
that
has
wagon
been
wheel?
learned to disguise themselves as they travel so that the Empire can't find us.
Right. Well, I'm not losing my life to some dumb idiot in a plate armor that I've just met for no reason whatsoever.
That is one of the princes of the Empire. One of the royals.
That means nothing to me. You could have said
It
that's
does to
boobly
me.
googly.
I've
great.
fought them for over 100 years.
And you're gonna go down there and what, fight or get
No, I'm
Rixibus
going to
and
go
run away?
get her and bring
Right.
her back up here. I don't plan
Right,
to
good
fight
luck.
him.
The only way that he's gonna let her live is if he wants her to live. And in that way, you have another whole swash of problems. So go for it. I'm not one to throw my life away.
If he lets her live, how does she get out?
Oh, I suppose
You-
if he lets her
you've
live,
s-
he's taking her with her.
If he lets her live and he takes her with her, then how are we to know what is she going to be able to close the rift that she mentioned? Because we know
Hey.
not of where it's located.
There's always a rift. There's always a big creature in the sky yelling at you that you have to take care of, boys. And there's always people that you meet that are supposed to be your friends that are immediately dead. This is the one time I'm going to choose to go back to my friend Cherie, who needs me, and not throw my life away.
Best star.
Your friend Cherie?
Cherie.
Who is
Yeah,
Cherie?
she's a fantastical creature I've made up in my mind. I'm going back to my friend Vistora, because she needs me. I'm not here to fight your war.
I never asked you to.
Good luck, then. Oi, before you go, which one's your bedroom in the fort so I can go ahead and take that?
You won't
don't worry
reach
about
the
it. I'll
fort
ask your men.
before I do.
All right, good luck. I'm going to haphazardly try to find my way back.
Okay, as you're doing that, Admiral, what are you up to?
I'm gonna go down the rope.
Okay, roll me just a dexterity check.
13.
Okay, how would you say you're going to position the bow over the rope and then slide down?
Well, the way the bow is designed, the handle comes up and then curves. So I'm going to flip it to where the bowstring isn't touching the rope, to where I have more maneuverability of where the handle sits in the notch of the rope.
Okay.
And then I'm going to be able to go both sides.
Okay, as you do that, you go down the sheer side of the cliff, momentum picking up relatively quick because of how high you're up and how angled downward the rope is, and you make it within 20 feet of the ground. Roll me a athletics check.
That is 21 for athletics.
Okay.
I'm glad you didn't say acrobatics.
I do the same thing. I feel like every time he's like athletics, I'm like, fuck.
You take half of that, which is 10 points of bludgeoning damage as you come in contact with the ground and kind of land safely. Your momentum stopping. Who do we have here?
Stand up and kind of brush my armor off a little bit from. I walk over and I salute, not in their way, but the way that my unit salutes. A member of the royal house, I see.
Yes.
What brings you so far from the Empire's home?
It's not every day that a city falls from the sky.
This is true.
It
How
draws.
did you manage to get here so fast, Your Highness?
We have our ways. You seem to be more familiar with this land than your friend here. I almost ended her.
I've been around a while. I would prefer that I get to take her back in one piece, if that's okay with you.
For now, she has a purpose.
A purpose?
Yes. She's able to see where these world devourers are going to spring up.
Ah, yes. That is what she informed me as well. Something that I also offered to assist her in if I was able to do so.
Assist her? You plan on killing this creature?
I am from this world. I have made a living, however meek and harsh it has been, off of this barren land. I don't plan on having something that doesn't belong here take me out of it just because it wants to.
You may not very well have a choice in the matter.
That's debatable. If the forces of this world were to fight against it, then it could very well be neutralized, depending on what it is. I have never faced one, have you?
No, I have not.
Believe
So neither
the
of us know
most
what we
ideal
are up against.
scenario would be to not have to fight it at all, but to make sure that that rift is never broken and it does not cross into this world. That is the initial idea. If we can't make that happen, then we do what we can to defend this world. Because otherwise, it is inevitable that we will be destroyed anyhow. So we fight until we can't anymore.
So stop the rift with possibly magic, then.
Potentially.
I have magic at my disposal. And I turn to look at the royal. Do you?
If you know anything about us, you already know the answer to that question.
I kind of smile. I do. But you are able to acquire things that you want, whether they choose to be there or not.
You see, magic is the reason why this world is barren. There were those who were in possession of it that didn't know the rules to it. And now, it's run amok.
I agree.
But people are still addicted to it. It does provide that temporary good feeling.
But if the magic were used to stop this thing, then at least the ones that did so wouldn't have the honor of knowing that what they did was for the right reason.
You have too much faith in individuals that you hope do the right thing.
No, I don't hope they do the right thing. I just merely ask them to.
Around this time, everyone roll a perception check. Ozak, you have advantage.
Yes.
Wait, even me?
Sorry.
I didn't need it. I rolled a nat 20.
Same.
Dice tower.
Oh, let's go!
26.
Third 20. Third 20.
I
Oh
also
my
got a 26.
gosh!
That's a nat one. Killing it.
That's what he
That
gets for
is
leaving us.
perfect.
That's what he gets for leaving us.
Oh my goodness.
But it
Also
makes
got
perfect
26.
sense that Ditch would just be off on his own, like, just, what's wrong with these people? And wouldn't
I'm just,
even,
like,
like, Would
I'm
be
kicking
oblivious.
dirt around. I'm kicking dirt around trying to follow a wagon.
Tina says inspo time. Add your inspo to that nat one.
So
No, I'm good. I feel like Ditch accidentally got like shifted into somebody else's role playing game. He's trying to find his way out.
for the Admiral and Rixibus with nat 20s, double nat 20s. Well done. You feel a shift in the immediate area around you, and Admiral, the reason you had advantage on this is because you probably are more aware than Rixibus in this particular case, but the concept is still the same. The ground begins to move. You hear moans of despair waning as the bodies from Fellcrest come back to visit. The blight infects any and every living or dead creature in Achordia. But it doesn't just stop there. It animates them in a way of its blight sickness to the point that it lurks and searches for new victims to infect itself with. For the blight only cares about one thing. It must spread itself, it must infect, it must continue, it must live. And the only way to do that is through unsuspecting hosts. And as the waning dead come out, you find the area in your immediate place is now being surrounded by dozens of zombie-esque blight creatures. Ditch, your story is a little bit different. For you,
I found tea and crumpets. Oh, sorry. No, go ahead. I was hoping.
you have a severed head of Narissa with you. And her eyes open up wide. And what normally glows in two different color tones are now both glowing ominous yellow. As her face gnarls and wanes as you're kicking dirt and walking about, you don't immediately notice the head you now have is moving of its own volition. And as you look up ahead of you, you come across to where Dash and Vestara are, and they are kind of stuck in a bit of paralysis as Maul's decrepit body gets up and barehanded goes to try and attack them. And that's where we're going to take a quick break.
Whoa, hey, no, hold on. I need a couple minutes to figure out what I'm going to do here. Okay.
I knew
We'll be back shortly.
Oh my god.
Well, welcome back, everybody. When we left off, there was a bunch of zomboys and girls coming out from the woodworks of the rubble from the area that we so greatly are in. As I have you all roll initiative, we're gonna transition over to the battle map so you can see this but up close. So I'll point
Boom.
things out because I wasn't able to get the minis of all the players done before tonight's episode. So for the Admiral, you will be this guy right here, closest to that area over there. And then this will be Rixibus. There's a bit of green. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah.
And then this is the Prince. This is the small child.
Oh god.
And then all
Dang, he
these
didn't run
like
far.
other ones are zombies.
That kid's fucked.
Approaching. That kid's not making it out of here alive. Are zombies headed towards?
Is that tree in the back another zombie?
It's a blighted tree. Yes.
No, Liv, that's
Oh.
a zom tree.
A zombie tree.
Thanks for the clarification. My bad.
Okay. So, 25 to 20.
Oh, we need new initiatives now?
Yeah. Sorry.
Should I be rolling even though I'm pretty far away?
Yes, because I'll transition over to you. With Maul and them. And what you're.
Well, it sounds like it's time for a die. Oh, wait, that's not the right one. I made a whole thing. Die tower.
Oh, it's all cut off on the overlay. It's not. All
it'll be fine.
overlays
It'll be
aren't the
fine.
same.
I'll
Oh!
fix it later.
Did
There
you
it is.
paying
27.
attention? Okay.
Damn, you get plus 10 to initiative. Jesus. Nice. I get a whole plus
It's
3.
it's the entire like
Yeah.
build of this character.
I love you, Eve. No one was talking to you, but
So 27 for Ditch. Oh gosh. He might beat you. Okay. 15 to 20. 10 to 15.
I got a 19.
Okay. And 10 or lower.
8.
Cool. Cool.
That's because she's injured. It's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
She's just sitting here, like, literally bleeding out, probably coming in and out of consciousness, like and then, like,
She's-
a bunch of
she's still-
zombies showed up. She's like,
She's
Oh,
still
fuck.
sentineled. 0 movement. Initiative down to nothing.
So
she's just like, fuck.
there are.
What am I
3
gonna do?
groups, and then 1 int, blighted int.
Oh.
Okay. Top of the order. It's actually the Prince, but we're going to switch over to Ditch first, just to make it a clean transition. What would you like to do, Ditch, as you are close enough to see Maul kind of in all his naked glory, moving towards Vestara and your boy Dash?
Well, I'm excited. Maul's alive. I'm gonna first set down, because I don't know things come back to life on this realm. That's a weird thing that I've 14 people that I've met forgot to tell me. I'm gonna
They're like, oh, the
look down-
zombies? Yeah, that's normal.
I'm gonna look down at the head of Narissa and be like, "Look, Narissa, he's alive."
You see her eyes blink, and she kind of like stares at you, Ditch, and then her
Oh, wait, hold on,
face,
you're
like-
alive too, huh?
growls, and she looks at you like gnawing, but she's just a head, so You just feel like
no.
motion.
Whoops. Okay, this is not the way I thought. All right. Ew. I'm gonna drop the zombie nurse's head.
Just sickening plop
Okay.
as this head is just on the ground.
With that, I'm gonna draw the daggers and just sprint towards Maul.
Okay.
How far is he?
About 30 feet from you.
Okay, so that's okay, just enough to get there. I'll use my movement to get to Maul.
Okay.
Leaping at him, and as the daggers come out of the sheaths, and I'm going to try my best to pierce both into each side of his neck. And basically, what I'm trying to do is pierce and pop, trying to get his head off as well. But first, we'll go for the attack.
Okay.
So, I will be using my assassinate. Assassinate. So I will have advantage on this attack roll as I'm taking my attack action before anybody else has taken theirs. And if I hit a score, it is an instant crit. So we'll go for that. Oh, wait. The attack will be go to...
Dice Tower.
Nice
Ooh.
tower. That's a 25.
25 hits.
Nice.
All right, so this is a crit. It's a 1d4 plus 6. But I don't think I have to roll the d4, right? I just immediately get that because of the crit.
Oh no, my stupid rules are you have to roll both.
Oh, okay. So I still have to roll even though it's an auto crit.
Yeah. And then double your sneak attack damage as well.
Got it. Which sneak attack damage comes out to be 3d6. So we'll roll the 3d6 first.
Okay.
Uh, 12. So 24 there. It's hard. I have to figure out a better system. All right. And then we're going to roll the d4. So 2, and that's doubled to 4. So far, 28.
Oh, sorry. You have
What?
to roll it twice.
I have to roll it twice.
Yeah,
So,
separate.
so you double the amount of dice you roll?
Yeah.
Oh, you double the dice. You don't double the... Okay. In that case, 12, and we're going to roll the d6s again.
Okay. Ooh. Ooh.
So, yeah, 12 plus 15. So actually more, 25?
27?
And then 27. Thank you. And then plus the second d4 is a 3 this time.
And then add your modifier once. The plus
Is a plus 6 to that.
Nice. Hit me with it.
All right. I'm sorry. It's a lot with it's only this first attack that gets kind of wild because I also have Piercer, which is you gain a bonus to strength or dexterity once per turn. I can reroll a piercing damage attack. I don't think I will. I think I liked all my piercing. On a critical, you can roll an additional damage die. So I'm gonna roll that additional damage die on that attack here.
Okay.
That's a 2, so it's an extra 2. So it's
And then
32.
double that. Or not
So-
double. Roll it again.
Okay, we'll just throw another d4 into there. Here's one. That's a 4.
And then your total
So-
damages?
36 piercing damage.
Whoa!
With just the one attack because we're going for the bonus attack as well.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, you are.
It's big rolls, baby. Okay, so I'm going to go for the bonus attack, which is the offhand attack. Now, this one I don't think is I guess it is still sneak attack. How does the bonus work to sneak attack? Does it
I think-
apply?
I think you only get sneak attack once per turn.
Yeah.
Once per turn. Okay. So this is just a regular attack roll then.
Yeah.
Okay. In which case we're going to roll this d20. Looks nice. Oh no, and that's not great. So it's the bonus attack is 14.
14 misses.
Okay. So it's just the 34 damage.
Yeah.
I thought you said 36.
I think it
Oh,
was
you're right. It
36,
was
yeah.
32 plus 4. So just the 36 damage.
Maul looks rough. More rough than what you would have imagined. Roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Is he nearly headless Maul now? Like it's just hanging by a thread?
You said Constitution saving throw?
Yes.
Okay. Constitution is going to be +2. Oh!
Oh! So you get sprayed with this acidic blood ditch. And you take... 16 points of acid damage.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's fine. 1, 2. Okay. Ah, God. Mole, come on. Keep it inside.
And as he's like wailing, he's going to try and attack you twice.
Okay.
To mostly keep you off, but 19 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
You just take 4 points of bludgeoning damage for the first hit. And then 13 to hit.
Does not hit.
Okay, he misses Wells too much.
Yeah, I'm just literally riding him like a bronco with two knives, like one knife stuck in, one knife up in the air. It's just like...
There's just terror in the eyes of Dash and Vestara as you come out and stab him and try and like sever off his head, and he starts gushing out acid blood, and you're just like, ah! Meanwhile, on the battle. Oh wait, what were you going to say?
Oh, I'd like to stay on like dug into him on his shoulders if possible.
Yes, free action. Top of the order, we have the prince. He is going to
Heal Rixibus for 58 hit points.
No, he's just gonna go up to the nearest.
Oh, he's protecting the kid. I
No,
knew he
it's
had
just
a
like
heart.
the closest actual threat, and he's gonna strike with his first hit. Yep, that's gonna hit. It's like when the overpowered boss starts helping you out in a video game, and it makes it like really easy. 8 points for that first strike. Switch over to his character sheet. Yep, that's gonna hit. Actually, as long as I don't roll a 1. So y'all watch as this first creature just gets lopped in half and goes down. And then he closes the distance, goes and attacks the wolf, and goes to make it a sweeping attack, which I will mark another superiority die just to be safe, but it's going to try and hit both, which happens. And then does it get added to? Okay. And then a D12 for the second. Okay. with that one attack, they both go down, and then he closes the distance to get to melee strike with the int for the last attack. Oof. Oh, 15 just hits. 10 slashing damage. And yep, that would be the end of his turn. Up next is the Admiral with Group 1 of the zombies on deck.
Right before I make a move. Rixibus, if you're too injured to fight, I would recommend using the rope to get out of here. As I would charge over towards the one immediately to her side.
This one?
Yes.
Okay.
And I would like to pull out my katana and make an attack.
Okie dokes.
Does a 22 hit?
Yes.
Okay. That is 11 points of damage.
How do you want to end that creature?
I would say that as I went running past her, I just pulled the sword and just sliced it in half as I pulled it out of the sheath.
Okay. And as you probably would know, creatures of this caliber don't come back with a full amount of hit points. They're usually about half health, so they're easier to take out once they first spawn. So, yep, that one goes
And
down.
with that, with it dying, if Rixibus is watching, she sees the life essence of it absorb into the blade, run up through the handle and into my arm, as that allows me to gain 8 temporary hit points due to my level for dispatching a creature.
Whoa, that's Is that part of the blade or like
Yes.
your abilities?
It's part of my
That's
it's part of my
awesome.
sword.
That's awesome.
Damn.
And
I can
then
use some of that right now.
then I want to turn onto the one that's adjacent her. So the one beside it, but behind her.
There.
Yep. And I want to attack that one.
Okay.
That is 24 to hit.
That hits.
That serves max damage of 13.
Okay. That one also gets cut down.
Since I can only gain temporary hit points one time and they don't stack, it still does the motion, but my hit points don't go up any higher.
Okay.
So how much movement would you say I've made so far?
About 30 feet.
Okay. So I want to use the last 10 of mine to close range on the group of 4.
Like there.
And then that'll end my turn.
Okay. Next is first group of zombies, which only is 2, I think.
Did the kid get an initiative order?
No, the kid's like cowering.
I was gonna say, I want to know why the kid didn't run. He had ample time.
Well, that's where I would have been like,
But run where?
come to me.
So their first attack would be.
Oh yeah, I guess run to you is the best bet that kid has.
An 11 to strike.
Misses.
Okay. Second attack for that one's a dirty 20 to strike.
That one will hit.
Okay. You take 3 points of bludgeoning damage, as the next one does the same thing. 11 to hit,
Misses.
16 to hit.
Misses.
Okay, so they're just like, ah.
One got a
Attack.
lucky shot on me. I'm like, damn it.
Okay, so that's the end of that one's. Next is Rixibus with Group 2 of the zombie horde after the Blight Int. Well, the Blight Int, Group 2, and Group 3. And then back up top.
Girl, please tell me you have some potions.
Girl!
He didn't give me no potions.
Why would you need potions?
You didn't tell me I could have potions, so I didn't have potions.
Do I need to throw her my blade and pull out my short sword? Be like,
Does it need attunement?
I was gonna say it's a good
I mean-
idea if it doesn't need attunement.
I mean, it does, but it's also kind of cursed.
Oh.
So you
Oh,
probably
whoops,
don't want
oops,
it.
Oops, hold on.
Wait.
No, take your vaccines. Take your vaccines.
Okay, so the first thing Rixibus would do would try to get she would be trying to do this as soon as they popped up, get the kid to run to her. So I would hope that you would allow that kid to have come to me before my movement is used.
Okay.
How heavy does this kid look? Like, can I pick this kid up and move freely? Or would I still be half movement?
Half movement.
Okay.
Dang,
I'm gonna try
that
to get
kid's
back-
Chunky.
I'm gonna try to pick up the kid in one hand and try to get back to the cliff, and I'm just gonna try to make it up the cliff as far as I can. So there would be about 20. I have 45 feet normally, so
20.
we'll say I'll step of the wind as a bonus action to dash, so I would get 90 feet. So it'd be 45 feet that I would get even halved, and try to get up the cliff with my boots as much as I can. I would just basically like put the kid on my back, be like, hold on. And then from up there, I'm going to try and throw some of my little throwing stars at the one by that pillar. Yeah.
Okay.
So with that, let's see, a 24 to hit.
That hits.
And I'm gonna do the other attack roll as well. That'd be a
Are you doing
19.
a cat?
A 21 to hit. Yeah, that's my cat outside my door. He's just being obnoxious. I just fed him too. I disappeared to feed him, and he's still being an obnoxious little shit.
No, they're worried about you.
They're like,
Well, he
"What
was
is
coming in
happening?"
here as I was like It's whenever I'm talking to people, he's like, "Oh, you're talking? Can you talk to me? Can you love?" I'm like, not right now. Stop. Okay, so
That's awesome.
I love
He
him.
senses
He's a
mom's
big
done.
chonker, but he's
Mom's done.
it's true. So the 21 to hit as well. Okay, so that is only a D4. So we'll do that twice. So that's 5, and that was not where I wanted it. 7. So 12 total piercing damage.
Okay, how do you want to kill that one?
I was just gonna get 2 little thrown darts, or thrown like ninja stars, like straight into the skull, and it's just gonna drop. Nothing super fancy, just.
Inspiration for live. Also, Rixibus,
Aw.
roll me a perception check.
Oh God.
That's for leaving you.
You're fine.
I'm just in character.
Let's see, perception 23.
Okay, as you're getting this kid to safety, he nudges at you and oh gosh, hands you
Says,
an item.
I'm a zombie too.
And hands me what?
An item.
I found this green material on the ground.
He hands you a potion of superior healing. My parents were potion makers, but you look like you need this.
She's coughing up blood.
What gave you that idea?
Thanks. I doubt I'll be able to take it right now, but no, I'll take it right now.
I mean, you could roll with your bonus action, but you would have to roll the dice.
I already used my bonus action technically.
Oh, then never mind. You just have a potion of superior healing.
That is fine. Thank you. Yep, that might help. That might help a little bit.
Next up is the Int's turn. Unless you have something else for your...
Oh my god, an actual end.
No?
Oh, that's it.
It's gonna try and attack the prince. That's gonna miss. 4 attacks! That's
Jeez,
gonna
what?
miss. That's gonna miss. That's gonna miss. It's just like, whoosh, whoosh, but you see that even though the Empire doesn't have access to magic, they are very well trained in their fighting prowess, and he's anticipating the attacks coming from this branched creature and is just quickly moving and dodging out of the way before it has a chance to do anything.
So he's a space marine.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
It's a Master Chief, but a dickhead.
No wonder I can't fucking ever kill the Empire. They're space marines. Damn.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, you're gonna have a hard time with their space marines.
2 hearts, 3 lungs. Motherfuckers can. Damn. Can't ever stop them.
2 hearts and 3 lungs. That's just more things to stab. I love it.
Yeah, but they can just interchange it. They just go back and get it replaced.
Nope. Wait. Nope. Oh,
It's not good when the DM's talking to himself.
Yeah.
So these are for
Oh, well,
you.
I hear him saying nope, which I do like.
Yeah.
15.
Well, that's only against the prince.
15 to try and strike Ozak.
No. Misses.
18 to try and strike Ozak.
That no hit.
Okay. You take 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Then the next one's gonna try and attack you. 14 to hit.
Nope.
Cocked. 13 doesn't hit either.
Nope.
So yeah, these aren't really good attackers, but they are just swarmers. And that will end their turns, both groups. So it's back at the top with Ditch. You're on Maul. Acid's going everywhere. There's panic in the eyes of your friends. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna say, okay, don't panic. I'm sure this is one of those pod moles. There's no reason he'd attack us unless it was a pod mole, right? Honestly, it's good news. It's possibly another mole. Our mole might still be out there, right? Oh, hold on, and I'm gonna dig in with a knife, try to pop off his head.
Okay.
All right. Dice. Cam, go.
Dice Tower. Go.
That's an 18.
A naked, unarmored Maul can be hit with an 18.
Yay, I like it. Good. I'm glad I hey, I'm glad I stripped them.
He can't be hit. He can't be hit with a 14 though.
All right. That's gonna be. How close are Vestara and anybody else? Dash.
They're about 10 feet away.
That's so far away. Okay, hold on. 2 + 6, so it's an 8 damage with the first attack.
How do you want to do this?
Oh, I'm literally, again, I'm on his back and I've dug one in. So I think the second attack is with the other dagger, and I just dig it in the other side of his neck, and I just take the 2 knives and I just twist it around like this to kind of basically like decore an apple. And as his head like clearly is like, now I hear a pop as I get through the spine. I'm just gonna kind of flip around a knife, put it away, and then push his head off his own body.
So this fully headless Maul loses its head, and then shortly after, this body just like collapses onto the ground.
So the carriages are gone. They were just waiting there with Maul's body, or the carriages are there?
They're gone.
They're gone. I'd be like,
Right. I assume they were told to leave and you were going to wait for me. Is that right?
He started coming alive. I didn't really pay much attention to the carts that were leaving us.
Okay. You two stay here. Dash, you watch Vestara. Vestara, you watch Dash. Unfortunately,
Who's gonna watch you?
well, there's other people that need to be taken care of. If this is the new norm, I worry that Merle's in trouble.
I'm gonna just start sprinting back.
Ditch!
Heart grew 3 sizes that day.
Dash calls out to you. Ditch! Be careful.
Always, sweetie.
I'm dashing and using my bonus action as second dash.
Okay.
So, well, I guess I'm sorry. I'm using my bonus action as to dash, so it should be 60 feet. I'm not sure how far back to the side of the cliff they are, but
Okay. Probably all the way. So you are about 240 feet away.
But
Yeah,
there's
I'm
a
just-
rope that could be just zip lined down if you figure out a way.
well, I mean, I gotta get to the So if the rope itself is 240 feet away, it's just sprint time for me.
I think you said it's 240 feet to the bottom.
Oh no, to
He's-
the rope.
Oh, I thought you
Yeah.
said he made it to the cliff.
Yeah, he's
No,
running
no.
towards.
Okay.
I'm sure I was pretty far away. Okay, so we're looking at. I mean, you can skip my next couple turns and just turn them into 60 feet.
You can
Okay.
technically double dash, so you'd get your
Oh, you're
movement,
right.
then action, bonus action as dashes if you're doing full.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
you get
You got
90
30.
feet.
You got 90.
Yeah, that should be 90 then. A turn.
So at the end of your
Next 3 turns.
Like this turn, I'll only
60
get. This turn, I'll get 60.
60
The
feet.
next turn, I'll get it.
Make me a perception check.
At the end of this turn.
Yeah, at the end of your turn right now.
Okay. Perception. Oh, remember, I'm really good at perception.
Nat 1 last time.
Almost too good at perception. Let's see. Oh, that is actually a nat 20.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
sick!
Yeah, that
I
is.
was like,
the
what number is
Kamigawa
that? Is that
symbol.
in Klingon?
That is the Kamigawa symbol for 20.
Gotcha.
So as you're running with the intent to go back and help, you watch as your daggers unsheath and kind of envelope around you, and this sheen of energy engulfs you, Ditch. And as you try and stop before going into it, is too late, and you vanish and reappear at the bottom of the cliffside as your daggers whoosh, sheath themselves again. This does not take your bonus action Misty Step thing out.
I fucking hate these magic out. I hate magic. I hate magic daggers. I should have never accepted them. I'm
gonna throw up because that was terrifying. Whatever just happened.
I hate teleporting. I hate magic.
So now I'm facing down the cliffside, and I
that?
see him show up and just. Bleh.
Yes, everyone
so I hear
can
all that?
see and hear
Okay.
Ditch vomiting.
Okay.
Next up is the prince. He's gonna do 4 strikes against. Well, there's fodder next to him, so he's gonna take those out first. That hits with a sweeping strike. Oof. He's gonna do 2 sweeping strikes. Okay. Yep, that'll take out both of those guys. And then he'll use his last 2 against the blighted imp. That hits. Ooh, max damage. Okay. That hits.
Walk us through it. What's happening?
So he is attacking furiously. You watch as he makes short work of the 2 zombies that kind of got close to him, the blighted zombies, and cuts them down to pieces. Limbs are still hitting the floor and rolling as he goes and strikes into this int with 2 hefty swings, bark flying, and bits of like dark inky tendrils escape outward in the form of like some kind of clotted blood. But he's still holding himself up and has his shield at the ready just in case this tree being attacks. That being said, Admiral, it is your turn with some zombies. 2 of the zombies attack.
Your turn for zombie.
Hearing Ditch make his grand entrance, I turn to look over my shoulder. See that you had a change of heart. As I whip my katana around towards the one that's on the left of my token.
Okay.
At the start of the horseshoe. That
I'm chill looking and be like,
a 19 to hit.
That hits.
ooh.
That is 11 points of damage.
That is dead.
Okay, so with this being the new round, I'm going to add the 8 temporary hit points back
Okay.
that were taken from me from the onslaught. I turn to the next one in the line. 24 to hit.
That hits.
12 points of damage.
Okay. That one also.
As that one drops, I'm going to implement my action surge. And I'm going to swing on the next one in the line. That is a dirty 20.
That hits.
That is 14 points of damage.
Okay. So you all watch as the Admiral is taking out these creatures almost as quickly as the prince himself has.
Oh shit.
And the last one is a 17 to hit.
17 hits.
Okay. And that is 11 points of damage.
Okay. You see that there's one that kind of maybe in scent of the child and Rixibus is headed by the pillar where
I thought I dropped that one.
oh, this
That
is
one
another
moved from by over by the ant.
Yeah.
Oh,
the one
okay.
that's
I
by the
didn't see
tower
that.
now.
Gotcha. Okay.
But there's a ditch in between them and that. So
From
Sorry.
where I'm at and where it's at is how far distance?
about 30 feet.
I have 40 feet of movement. I want to engage head on.
Okay.
Can you point out ditch really quick?
This is
Okay, thank you.
Rixibus is off screen up a cliff.
And
That's where I want
I'll,
to be.
I'll have my katana kind of in front of me, and that'll end my turn.
Okay.
Standing in between them.
And then Ditch, I'll just add you at the top. Well, I'll just add you into the initiative as normal going forward. But
Okay.
next is Rixibus before the treant attacks because everything else is dead.
Yeah, I'm just gonna bonus action down this fucking potion.
Okay, so roll
I'm in
me.
I'm in love with these set pieces.
I
They
know.
look so cool.
It's by our lovely sponsor, Plus One Crafting. I've been collecting pieces for ages. I think this is the first time I've actually done a stream with them, but
Oh my god.
yeah.
This is rad.
Get yours today.
Sorry to cut you off, Liv.
It's okay, I'm doing math.
I was gonna say she's calculating health right now.
Where can you get said set pieces?
31 hit points.
Well,
I
you
gave
can head on over to the link in the chat. The link tree for Plus One Crafting will get you various affordable subscriptions to your
Oh,
heart's
yeah.
content, and you'll get lovely packages made by Tristan himself. What?
All right.
How much HP did you say?
31.
Nice.
So, whew, that was scary for a while.
You feel that
I was at 2 HP for a long time.
puncture wound that the prince got you at starting to like sew itself back up magically? It's always a weird feeling with potions. I mean, yes, it heals you, but what does it have to do to heal you? It's never a weird or good feeling.
I'm also worried to leave the kid in case something pops up around here or something, so I'm just gonna stay here and still throw 2 more things at.
Just throwing the glass bottle of the potion.
Tink. So we'll see. 19.
That
no,
hits.
21.
That also hits. I like how
That's
they
only
just,
4 damage.
I cat every once in a while. So yeah, the first
Yeah.
one reigns true.
And then a 20, dirty 20 to hit.
That hits.
So dirty.
That's 5 damage. So it was 9 total in that turn.
Nice. Admiral, you see this creature's waning.
Okay.
And then I'll just kind of look around me, make sure nothing else is coming out around us, and then kind of just be in a defensive position.
Okay.
Aesthetically, I'm not taking like a key point for a defensive stance or anything, but
Okay. Next up is the treant. It's going to try and attack the prince 3 times. Fail probably all the times. Yep. I think that one still doesn't hit. Yep, just like clockwork before, the prince is just dodging these giant strokes headed his way. Top of the round, it's the prince. Oh, nat 20? A 19?
Jesus.
7. I think that still might hit. Yep, that hits. Okay. That one's gonna miss. Phew! I mean... 33 points of slashing damage goes into the sides of the trees as he's just like lopping at branches.
Hey, let's not fight this guy. Hey, cool. Let's not do anything to this guy, huh?
He's our friend.
We should take this time to leave.
Yeah, I found that out.
Next up is Ditch's turn.
All right, so we've got another blighted in front of Ozak, right?
Yes.
And I mean, I'm watching Ozak cut through these things like butter as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is the last one.
Last zombie.
And said child is safe.
Yes, Rixibus has him.
I'm just gonna kind of look at my daggers in my hand, and be like,
The fuck did I come back for? Oi, hey Merle, why don't you go ahead and slice that thing in half, and then let's get the fuck out of Dodge.
Am I allowed to respond at this present time?
Yeah.
As I said, I only came down here to save her. She is safe. I would recommend that you fall back. I will dispatch this one.
Right, I'll try to make it a little tender for you. Just can you pick up my dagger?
and I'm gonna just toss my non magic dagger, and I'm just gonna whip it at that thing's head,
Okay.
and then turn around and jet up the wall.
Okay.
We've got a 17.
That hits.
Is that hits? All right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what happened?
Oh.
There we go. It's just gonna be 7. Nope. It's gonna be 6 points of damage.
How do you want to do this?
Oh. All right.
Pretty sure I brought it to about 1, so.
Got it. Okay, didn't expect that. Sorry. I just whipped that thing directly at its head. I assume it just sticks in, and as it kind of slinks forward, I'm hoping Ozak picks it up because I'm just running up a hill. I've given up on that dagger.
Okay. Using your full 60 feet with bonus action dash.
Yeah, the whole thing is trying to get up the how tall is the cliff?
About 100 and something feet.
Okay, yeah. My plan, or at least Ditch's plan, is to get to the top, and then whether Rix is in enough, like, I don't know, healthy enough to help, but I'm gonna try to start, like, I'm gonna grab the rope and get ready to start using the pillar that it was tied onto, go around the other side to sort of use a pulley system, getting ready for Ozak to. I don't know if I'll be able to help at all get him up because I'm just a little guy, but I do plan on kind of helping him climb flat rope.
Okay. And given that on your turn, Admiral, what would you like to do?
Will it take my action to pull the dagger out of this thing's head
No, because
For-
it's a dead creature.
for a ditch? I'll reach down and pull out the dagger, kind of wipe it off a little bit and stick it into a leather strapping of my boot, not into it where my leg is, but a little leather strapping. And,
I'm gonna put a razor sharp dagger in my shoe with my socks. No.
Well, no,
He's
it
gonna
was
stick-
more of
he's-
the blight still touching the blade. I didn't
Oh,
want that touching
gotcha.
my skin. And
No,
so
I am
I
glad
reached
that you
down and
said
I-
I'm sticking it into a strap, not just sticking it into my shoe.
I reached down and I grabbed the arrow that I put into the rock and I looked towards the prince.
Hopefully,
he
still
look-
busy.
Hurt at all? Like, does he look like he's taking any form of damage? Okay. And I think to myself, I'll announce this when I get to the
Thank you
top.
for that.
And I pull the arrow and I carry it with me to the edge of the cliff and I start climbing.
Just roll me a athletics check with the advantage because ditch is helping, kind of.
What do you mean, kind of?
It's
I
gonna
mean,
be.
thing-
you're not like
I said-
action helping. You're like, kind of helping.
That'd be a 23.
Okay, so yeah, you start climbing up the sheer side of this cliff.
Yeah.
Rixibus.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn and dash up the side with this kid in tow, so I will make 45 feet.
Okay.
Just or actually, where am I at with things? I wasn't talking to you, Eve.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to use that just yet. So I'm just going to use the 45 feet of movement. Action dash, and that's it. And then be wary down. Keep an eye on the prince and the ent that are down there.
Okay. At the end of your turn, the int goes to attack. Nope. 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 23. Finally! Jesus.
Does the ant hit?
Yeah. 2d6. Okay, it strikes into the prince and it reaches down into the ground, and at the top of the turn, a layer action manifests, and I need Ditch, Buck, or Ditch, Ozak, and Rixibus to make a dexterity saving throw.
Uh, 16.
I also got a 16.
27.
Okay. So you all pass as roots begin to erupt out the side of the cliff and off from the base of the area that is nearest the blighted int, and a large covering starts to engross and wrap around thornage vines, kind of enclosing the space around the prince and the int. And from what y'all can tell, he's completely covered down there. And with that, y'all are out of combat.
Oh shit. Yeah. Out of here. Or do we go help Prince and get some goodwill? I don't know. But we'll have to figure it out later. Oh. And we have a kid now? Another kid to raise? This is a
As
nightmare.
I'm looking over the side and seeing that this happened, he's not alone. Others will aid him.
Yeah, he seemed like he was doing it just fine on his own.
Yes, but I mean, the
One
royal
question.
family does not leave their stronghold unattended.
Do we
He
think
is here with others?
do we think they can aid us in closing the rift?
If it comes to magical prowess, no.
We may need to be protected while people engage in such, and they are now just as inclined to ensure that this doesn't happen as anyone else.
I agree that if it comes to brute force, there's not many in this realm that can hold up their own against them.
I watched you cut a thing in half like it was butter. I would put money on you.
As I said, there's not many that can.
Right.
Right.
All right. Kind of a man of words. I like you.
But it will take a lot of persuading. They will want something in return.
Well, I think their motivation is self-preservation.
You would think that, but they were wanting to eradicate everything out of this city just because they could. Once the rift is sealed, or if we can't seal it, the entity destroyed, they will turn on everyone that is there. There must
Potentially.
be a bargain struck to prevent this.
I agree. Which is the question I was asking, is it worth helping him now? To aid in that bargaining chip.
Right. I'm gonna get back to my people. You guys can continue your conversation, but your carriage is left, and I had to cut the head off my friend. Actually, two of my friends. One was alive. One was undead when it happened. The other wasn't. So I've had quite a day. I'm glad that we're all still here, but I'm tired.
As he says that, I was like kind of chuckles. I did send them away, however, and y'all hear him because he decides to say it verbally and through the communications at the same time, so that you can understand that what he's trying to do. Havrug,
Yes,
where are
Admiral.
you positioned at this present time?
Nearly a mile out.
I didn't figure that you went too far. You never do listen as I tell you to.
We were hoping for your call back, Admiral.
Ditch, just so you know, they're less than a mile from our location. They didn't go far.
I don't know what a mile is, but I hope it's not far.
They can be here in a matter of a few moments if they push the horses fast enough.
Right. Well, let's get going. Oh, Admiral, before we go, my knife?
I pull it out of my boot, and it still has a little bit of the creature-ish on it. I couldn't get it all off. And he flips it up to the point and hands it to him with the handle.
As I take the knife with my other hand, I'm gonna slap his hand as hard as my little goblin can. And I'm gonna say,
That's for not saying anything about the unfucking dead.
and I'm gonna walk away.
I'm gonna look at my hand. Look at
As y'all head
Look.
back. Oh,
look at him walk away and go, and then look at her and say, "Was that supposed to hurt?"
Oh damn.
I think he got the point across regardless. He's a feisty little one, isn't he?
He's something.
perception checks.
Oh,
We learned I'm amazing at these.
11.
Oh shit. I'm the best. I got a nat 20 on my last perception, actually. I just forgot. Perception 18 plus 6. So 24.
Okay.
I got a 23.
Okay. So Admiral and Ditch, between the two of you, you see up ahead where Vestara and Dash are, or were, like the last time you were with them. You see a black fog kind of creeping in, and once it catches your attention, Ditch, and probably the Admiral, you kind of beeline your attention that way and head back towards where they were. And as the fog starts to settle in, you see Vestara and Dash kind of further along in the fog. And from what you can tell, she's like holding onto him in kind of like a protective sort of manner as the fog like engulfs them and then quickly dissipates. And as it leaves behind nothing, there's no Dash, there's no Vestara, there's no Maul, and there's no severed heads of any kind in the area that you left behind. And that's where we're going to end it.
Well,
Jeez. Ditch gets all the trauma.
I'm gonna end it really quick like this, and you guys might have to make some dexterity throws. I'm gonna just watch that. I'm gonna go right, and he's gonna stick his knife on his wrist and just pull. He's done. He's actually doing that. He's watched the last reasons for living go. He's just gonna say right and just pull his wrist.
Oh gosh! Is that an attack against yourself?
He just looks and kind of nods. He goes, "Yeah, right," and just pulls.
So I think only one that would see that would be Admiral.
We could do that later, but that's how Ditch is watching the last. He's buried two. He's had to kill one of his best friends again somehow, and now he's lost the only people. He's done. He's just pulling it across his wrist and sitting down.
I would say that I'd use the all of my speed that I have from all of the feats to close distance on him, and not forcefully restrain him, but restrain him enough to try to administer aid and stop it.
Okay.
As best I can.
And Rixibus, as you kind of coming to this area, speeding up as well. A lot's happened in a very short period of time. And you're not sure exactly what the best course of action moving forward will be. But you've come across these people for a reason. And you're certain, if anything, that they might be the ones to help you complete your mission.
Does that fog look familiar? Strike any resemblance to anything I've learned?
Roll a nature check.
I was gonna say, did I notice it at all? Like, have I seen it on this world,
Yes.
or is that new to me? Okay, so I have seen. Okay.
So y'all would know that it is kind of like blighted fog. It goes around and kind of engulfs anything and takes it to different places. Those locations can be any number of things, but it's uncertain as far as where Vestara and Dash and all the others have gone. But it's like clear that they're not presently there.
I'd say as I'm trying to stop Ditch from bleeding out. Listen, they're not gone. We can find them. In fact, your other friend, I did not catch his name, came to you, did he not?
No, they're dead. Everybody's dead. Now I'm just here with you.
I'm just after that, I'm gonna lay down on my back and just go.
All right. Good night.
As I turn pale and the little bit of acid on my face from my friend kind of trickles down into my ear and heals a hole, just dripping onto the ground, and the one wrist is just dribbling out what little blood in my system is still here. And I pass out. You guys can deal with if I'm alive or not.
What dagger did you use?
Fey touched.
Okay. That'll be helpful for next time. But yep, that's where we're gonna end it for tonight. And we will see you all on the flip side.
Good night.
Good night,
We'll see if
folks.
Ditch is still here.
We'll see you.